This segment of DelmarvaLife is sponsored by TidalHealth.
All right, well, picture this. It's been a long day after an 8-hour shift, picking up the kids from school and making dinner for the whole family. As nighttime comes, you can't wait to climb into the comforts of your bed and drift into a nice deep sleep. But throughout the night, you continue to wake up, becoming frustrated at the thought that you can't seem to fall back asleep no matter how many sheep you count.
Next morning, you're tired, you look at everybody says you're moody and irritable. If this sounds like you might be one of the estimated 25 million adults in the U.S. with sleep apnea, according to the National Sleep Foundation. Well, here with us this afternoon to tell us more, this is Sean Forsyth. He is a sleep nurse practitioner with TidalHealth. Thanks for coming in, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Give me a basic definition of what sleep apnea is.
Sure. So there's different types of sleep apnea, but the common type of sleep apnea is obstructive sleep apnea, and that's kind of what I'm going to focus on the most today.
Okay.
Basically, the gist of it is you're not getting enough oxygen when you sleep. And the reason why is it's your tongue, it's your tonsils if you still have them, the muscles in your throat, your uvula. During the day, it's not an issue. You're eating, you're breathing, you're talking, everything's tense. But when you fall asleep, everything tends to relax, especially your tongue. So your tongue will actually relax so far backwards that it's touching the back of your throat. So when people are snoring, it's making that sound as you're trying to breathe through a now obstructed airway.
Okay. All right, so obviously there are risks involved with not having your sleep apnea treated.
Sure.
What are they, short and long term?
So the short-term risks are kind of the things you would think about. The snoring, frequent nighttime awakenings. People that are saying they're waking up 4 or 5, 6 times a night to use the bathroom. Chances are you're not waking up because you have to use the bathroom. You're actually waking up because you're not breathing throughout the night. And once you're awake, now you have to use the bathroom.
Right.
Long term, the things I worry about are mostly cardiac related issues. Think about it this way, if you're sleeping and you're not breathing while you're sleeping, your heart, which should be resting during the night,
Right. is
now rapidly beating all night long, trying to make up for you not breathing properly. And if that's happening every night, for a day, a month, a year, 10 years, slowly over time, your heart's going to get bigger from overuse because now it's working hard all day and it's working hard all night. And it puts you at high risk for things like high blood pressure, heart failure, stroke, atrial fibrillation. So, a lot of times I'll get referrals from cardiologists. I would say most of my referrals come from cardiologists.
Really? Wow.
I never knew that. Never knew that. So how do you test for sleep? How do you diagnose sleep apnea?
Sure. So what we do is literally something called a sleep test. For an in-night study, basically with that, what goes on with that is it's from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. They hold a whole bunch of stickers on you, a bunch of stickers on your head, a bunch of stickers on your chest, some stickers on your legs, and you try and sleep there overnight. And there's a person there monitoring your sleep, and what they're doing is they're counting how many times an hour you quit breathing for 10 seconds or longer. More than 5 times in an hour is considered mild sleep apnea. More than 15 times in an hour is considered a moderate sleep apnea. More than 30 times an hour is considered severe sleep apnea. The other type of sleep study we do is a watch pat sleep study or an at-home sleep study. And what that entails is you get a box in the mail, and I actually did one of these myself. It's pretty cool. And in the box is basically looks like a smartwatch. It's a smartwatch, it's an oxygen reader and a sticker. Put the smartwatch on, put the oxygen reader on, put the sticker on, you wear it for one night. When you wake up in the morning, the watch will automatically download the results onto your phone. Your phone will automatically send it into us for the pulmonologist to read. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool way for people that are busy.
Yeah, that's
You
pretty
can't do that
neat.
9 to 5 test.
Obviously, that's a new advancement. Are there any other new advancements coming up in the treatment and diagnosis of sleep apnea?
Well, so I guess actually what I should talk about first is the main treatment, then I'll talk a little bit about the next treatment. So for when we're talking about treating sleep apnea, there's really 3 treatments. The main treatment or the gold standard treatment is a CPAP machine. A second treatment, and it kind of depends on how bad your sleep apnea is, but people with more mild sleep apnea, there's something called an oral appliance. And it's something a dentist would make for you. Basically, it's a custom mouth guard, similar to one you'd wear if you grind your teeth at night. Right. But what it does is it pushes your jaw forward. So while you're sleeping, your jaw's pushed out, so it's kind of pulling your tongue, out of the back of your throat. And then kind of to get to your question here, what I think is one of the more exciting things is something called Inspire. Have you guys seen the commercial for that?
Yep.
What that is it's called a hypoglossal nerve stimulator. Well, what is that? What that is it's a small device that they implant in your chest, and you turn it on before you go to bed. The technology is very similar to a pacemaker. But instead of a pacemaker controlling how fast your heart beats, what this does is you turn it on and it sends a small amount of stimulation to your hypoglossal nerve, which is right behind your tongue.
Right.
And basically what it's doing is it's syncing with your breathing and opening and closing your throat and kind of taking your tongue and making it go like this. So again, it's out of the way of your airways, which is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Well, Sean Forsythe, thank you so much for coming in this afternoon.
I appreciate it. Thank you.